custom corpses. Okay, so basically, I guess there is a shelf life on this plaster. So I broke out the new plaster, and I thought it was working out of the new bucket yesterday when I was making the. Turns out it wasn't, and the mold that I made yesterday, it's sitting over on that chair over there. It literally cracked when I lifted it up. It was like, wait, what? I was like, wait a minute, I heard a pop. I thought, what the hell? And it cracked down the side, and it's thick, so I don't understand how it could have happened, but it did. So I made sure that I pulled out the new bucket of plaster, and I molded the small. I just did him this morning. I remolded this guy to the small mask, and this is it right here. It's a nice thick, and boy, the inside, no bubbles, no air pockets, no nothing. It absolutely came out perfect. Yeah, I've been inspecting it with my handy dandy. What do I do with it? I have a little flashlight that I use, and I have a telescopic, it's this little mirror. I'm able to actually go inside and inspect the entire thing. Even like over here on the, but I look at to make sure there's no air bubbles. Can't see it without the flashlight. I hold the flashlight with one hand and inspect with the other. I advise you to get one of these mirrors for inspecting your molds, especially if you have little tiny air bubbles. If it's in any, no problem, as long as it's not too big, because you can just scissor them right off on your mask. If it's in the wall of the mold, it'll be protruding out off your mask. But if it's sticking out on the mold wall, then it becomes an in on your mask, and it's very hard. Really hard to repair. Very, very difficult to repair that. So make sure you have nothing, like no burrs sticking up on the surface of your mold. I literally go in with my hand and I feel the whole mask. If it's not supposed to be there, I make sure that I break off the little burr and kind of rub it down while the stuff is not cured. You don't want to try and smooth this out when it's completely cured. The plaster's still a little soft. And I don't mean soft, and it's weird. It feels a little damp, but you can sand it. You can do whatever you need to do with basically your hand. And sometimes you need a piece of sandpaper. I don't like to do too much sanding because then it takes away the texture that you actually put on the mask. So the paint has something to grab to. But that's solvable too. I can always rough up the latex afterwards. I'll use a little scratching technique I use. I got a little tiny brush that goes on my rotozip that'll actually, just rough up the surface just a little bit. But I don't want to leave swirls or, streaks, or it'll look like paintbrush marks. You don't want to do that either. So I kind of do it in a round motion, so you can't really see any texture lines. Anyway, I pretty much did that all day today because it was not working. The other mold, believe it or not, I went and lifted it right by the chin. That's the chin area right here. I grabbed it by here and I yanked it out of this thing here because it's kind of trapped in here. It's tight. So I yanked it out, and when I yanked it, I heard a pop, and the damn thing cracked. I was like, man, how the hell is that possible? So I looked at the buckets, and on the back side of the bucket, I have a date on them. And the new stuff, I thought I was working out of a new bucket. I made that mold with old plaster, and it definitely has a shelf life. So at least I think it does. Either that, or I don't understand why the plaster could be so brittle. And I was having all kinds of issues with air bubbles and pockets. Like, literally, like there was a pocket that I had to fill in that was about that big, that was literally right on the edge here. Let me see if I can. It was like right in here on the old uh, mold, and right underneath it, right in the chin area. And I couldn't. I tried patching it; it wouldn't stick. I was like, "This is impossible," and it was not cured yet. So I thought, "Why is this not sticking?" Turns out, I think the plaster definitely has a shelf life. So it's a year old, that plaster. It literally was in those buckets outside. Now, they weren't damp, it was still nice and powdery, but the plaster's been out all winter out here on the porch. I only had 2 buckets full of plaster that pretty much got wasted. But I guess in rotation, I screwed up and grabbed the old bucket instead of the new yesterday. Uh, well, it's a lesson learned. And anyway, I'm tired of being out here all morning making this mold again. I was just not satisfied with the way the masks were turning out. And I mean, I patched them and fixed them, so I can sell that mask. I can fix. I fixed them. They weren't real bad. They were just enough to make. I'm a perfectionist, so when the slightest thing's wrong, I don't want to spend 2 hours patching and fixing a mask. That's not the way this works. You just make another mold, get it done, and now the mold turned out nice. So I should be good to go. Oh, with this mold. Now, I won't make any mask out of this until tomorrow. I'm going to make one test mask out of this and probably sell it on eBay. I do have a couple people that I want to give masks to, so this might be your mask. Yeah, Crusher, this might be your mask, the one I'm going to put in here tomorrow. Okay, and I think I have one more to give away to somebody else, Jim, and then it's eBay only. And I'll be putting them out. I'll be posting them on eBay. Jim's going to help me with promoting it. That should be awesome. Crusher, I need you to help me with promoting it too, if you could. So yeah, let's do this. I want to get done. I want to get moving. Get these molds done. So now all I have to do is just put latex in them, make a mask, and then I'm going to start retooling my sculpture after the weekend. I thought I was going to do it this week, but I was messing with this. It's been a beast. It's been driving me crazy with not, the old plaster just didn't work. I did it's funny that I did use the new stuff on the big mask, and when I rotated, I must have put that down and then picked the old bucket up and didn't realize it yesterday. So anyway, it's done. Yeah, it's a blur right now. Everything's a blur. I can't remember what I did, when I did it. I'm confused as all hell because I'm not sure how in the hell I used the old plaster. But when I whenever I use whenever I use a new bucket, I put it on top of my bags there, which I have to get rid of those. My charcoal, that charcoal's no good. It's like 3 years old. We don't barbecue anymore. There's nobody around anymore. Kids are all grown, doing their own thing. So I just keep life simple. Keep it simple. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off of here. I don't think anybody's on with me. Nope. Um, I just figured I'd give you guys an update of what I did. I ended up redoing this mold on the small mask, and this mask is the most important because I think this is going to fit everybody, including myself. I put one on that's cured. It's not quite shrunk up all the way, but it fits me nice. It fits me nice. It's a little snug on me, but if it's snug on me, it's going to be perfect for you guys that have smaller heads. The large mask kind of floats on me a little bit, but it fits my brother real good. I probably will barely make that large mask. You know, it'll be every once in a blue moon somebody orders a large mask, you know. So there's not too many people that are 6'6" and, you know, got heads the size of boulders. So anyway, but I always make sure that I try to, you can always shrink a mask. You can't blow a mask out. You can't make it bigger. You can always shrink it down. So anyway, I'm going to jump off here because I'm really yawning. I'm tired. I've been at it. I've been out in the sun all day. And we've got a new mold. A new small mold. And this one turned out perfect. I inspected the entire inside and out, even inside the ears. Looks really good. All right, guys. Peace. Remember, hit the like, subscribe. Especially hit that like button. YouTube loves people to hit the like button. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know whenever I'm on. And I hope to see you guys on here on the next video. I didn't get to see anybody today. Everybody's busy, I guess. All right, peace. Have a good one.